Hello, everybody. Good morning, my warriors. It's not even morning. I'm just saying that. It just came out. It's afternoon, but hey, whatever goes, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to do. So let's see. I'm at the park. I'm sitting under my favorite tree. I love this tree. It's awesome. Sometimes I will have a cop chase me out of this park because technically this park is closed, which is kind of weird to me because how can you close a piece of property that is owned by no one and that our taxes pay for? And I wonder if this stuff is stirring within you guys these days. And that's what I want to talk to you about. And so there's a bunch of things going on. First off, I want to make an invite to you. If you live in New Jersey, I am doing two different types of spiritual gatherings. One is a spiritual talk and walk in the park or around the park. There's a lot of parks in Nutley. And that's where we're meeting. It's in northern New Jersey. And if you're home, come out for this walk. I'm doing walks on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And I'm doing a spiritual walk and talk in the park or around the park, depending on what park we're near. And you're going to be safe, okay? We're going to talk about this in a minute. I'm also doing, so at that spiritual talk, walk and talk, I'm doing, I'm helping you guys clear your anxieties and fears and worries, whatever you might be going through at this time. You know, this is something really interesting. I want to finish my invite. I have to be aware these days of what's going on because there's the cops from this town, which are fine, and then there's cops from the county, which some of them seem to be a little cray-cray, crazy. So, and I feel like people in general these days are like a little bit crazy. So you got to be a little bit more alert of what your surroundings are. So I am doing some clearing of my anxiety and fears with that, right? But I'm making a video now, so you get into a different zone. It's not like I'm just like sitting in the park. So if you have worries and fears about like your job, money, what are you going to do? How long is this going to last? And how long is this going to last? I'm going to answer that for you right now. It's going to last for a couple more months. Okay. This is the way that our life is going now for some time. Because we've had a shift in consciousness. This is good news. Okay. It looks like crazy and chaos. This is the process of spiritual growth. This is the process of transformation. This is what we're in the thick of. So you're invited to do your part in this ascension. You're invited to do your part in shifting and raising the consciousness. Now, I want to finish the invite. So let me go back to this. The other invite that I'm doing is the Warrior Gathering, which is a group where I'm going to be talking about New World Order stuff, conspiracy stuff, what's really going on in this world, because it's not just the virus. I mean, come on, wake up. Do you really think that that is just what's going on these days? No, there's more to it. So we're talking about that, and I'm excited about talking about that. That's one of my missions, is helping people get in their power so that they can do their mission. It has to do with indigos. One of my missions is to teach, guide, help, what's the saying? Help, guide, heal, teach, and lead indigos in getting ready for, and preparing for and doing their mission. So if that is you and you live in New Jersey, come to the gatherings. It's important that we learn how to talk about these conspiracy things in person. That's what Spirit has been taking me through. That Spirit wants me offline a lot, just connecting with him, we'll say, or her, whatever. I don't have an issue with that. So just connecting with God, just connecting with spirit. And how am I being guided? My internet's disconnected. I don't have a phone. It's just me and God all the time. And I've had other star beings connect with me, which is awesome. And I have Zeke, and I finished my first book, The Rise of the Light Workers, which is not my first book. It's just the first in the new books that I've been writing. And then when I finished that, Spirit was like, well, not Spirit, Zeke was like, okay, now start writing your next one. This is part 2 of a trilogy. And I was like, a trilogy? They're like, yeah. So I was like, all right. And because each of the books is 1 month. So I just finished month 1. We're in month 2. It's going to go into month 3. So all that information is on loveguru.net. And if you live remotely and you need help, or you want help, let's put it that way, you want help in clearing your fears, clearing your anxieties, clearing whatever's coming up for you. There's crazy stuff written in the news and the controlled media, it can really put you on a tailspin. And even if you're wearing a mask. So just side note, if you want help, I'm here for you. All right. I have resources on my website. I have special audios and videos up there. I'm actually uploading another video right now, which is another fear of being persecuted, which I have been clearing that a lot within myself. Thanks to all the police that are around, and thanks to it being really activated in myself of like, hey, time to be talking about these conspiracy stuff face to face. Now, for years, we've had, if you've been reading this conspiracy stuff, learning about it, you hide behind a keyboard and you write stuff on a keyboard on the internet, right? You write stuff under YouTube videos. And that is a way that you are hiding. And it's time, well, I'm not going to say it's time for everybody. It's time for me. I don't know if you're getting the call, but Spirit has really dialed into me and my soul has been activated of like, yeah, Blair, let's do this. This is your time to rise. And that's what I write about, the rise of the light workers. That has practical business guidance. When I say business, I mean your divine mission. Your divine mission is your business, is your career. If you're not already doing it, you could step into that right now. So I have been having some things come up for me because I'm talking to a lot of people during the day about these conspiracy, quote, theories, the conspiracy truths, because it's time for me, again, I'm going to just speak for me, first person, to no longer hide behind a keyboard, but to actually come out and speak to people face to face and meet them exactly where they are. That's why I was guided then to make these meetings into 2 different types of meetings, because everybody is very clear that people are at different levels of consciousness now. You see it very clearly. I don't know if you've noticed it. It's also very easy to notice who are the healers and who are the leaders, who are the ones who have done their work at this time, because I literally see people glowing now. If they are awakened, if they are a teacher, if they are a healer, if it is their time to rise, they are being appointed and they are glowing. The same way that those who are in fear, they are seriously, or I should say literally fading to black. I don't even see them anymore. They are just little Muppets in the background. And that's the word that keeps coming through. I know it's not the nicest word, but that is the word. And that's a word I learned from my ex, who is British, and he used to always call people Muppets. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? But now I get it. Well, at least I get my own interpretation of it, is that these people that I see walking in the park wearing a mask when no one's around them, or even just driving in their car with a mask and gloves, they're fucking Muppets. And I know that that might not be a popular opinion, but whatever. I don't care. I don't care. So this is the thing, is that so there's 2 different points here. One, it's very easy to see someone's level of consciousness, how much work they've done on themselves, internal work within the years. I personally think it's very easy to see those who are healed, those who are at higher vibrations. I think it's a wonderful time to actually see the splitting of the worlds, because there are those of us who are going into a place who are experiencing right now heaven on earth. And then there are those who are descending into a hell-like place. And we can see each other, right? We can see them, but we don't experience their reality. So what reality are you going into? And if you find yourself going into a hellish place, then fucking rise, motherfucker, rise. And if you need help with healing, then reach out, motherfucker, reach out. Yeah. Get some healing work done. That's what we've all done. Okay, I'm not promoting or selling anything that I have not done myself. I've been working with healers since 1999. Yeah, I'm an OG in the healing field. And you go around in circles and healing stuff, but then eventually it clears. And that is the experience that I feel such gratitude for having gone through the healing that I did, and that I stayed consistent and persistent like a warrior that I am doing it. Because now, like, there's a lady right there, she's walking by herself. She has I can't really see if it's a bandana, like a makeshift mask. No, she's wearing gloves too. She's walking by herself. No one's around. And that is fear. That is trauma being triggered within her. It's not reality. She's in another dimension. So if you need to be saved from another dimension, and dude, I went through tons of shit with my parents and my family that I was in dark dimensions and I didn't know how to really pull myself out. So I'm grateful. And I talk about this and how aliens put me into power, which is my book series, which the first, like the first book in that series is out now. You can get that. It doesn't start off dark. It starts off just, Zeke, which is my star brother, clearing fears that I had. That is my work. I help people clear their fears. So the other thing is, that you can see. So you can see people who are leaders now. You can see people who are healers. You can see people who are healed. Guess what? They're the ones who are walking around without a mask. They're the ones who are walking around in joy. They're the ones who aren't faking it. They feel it. They are happy. They are alive. They are impassioned, right? They're guided right now. This is our time. This is what we're here for. Dude, if you're a fucking indigo, this is what you are here for. This is why you were brought here. For now, if not now, shortly soon, get ready, get your engines ready. Are they revving? Are you ready? So what dawned on me is that as I go through my day, and since I can help people who are like regular people that are going through worries about their job, about money, I mean, if that's what you're going through, then I have these like that's the reason why I created these sort of like different levels of like groups to gather, because I talk to people differently depending on what their consciousness level is. I'm not going to right off the bat be telling Susie Stranger about XYZ that's going on, the agenda for depopulation, whatever, if she's worried about getting germs and dying from a virus. So it's very interesting, and I'm grateful that I have been following my guidance and that I have such a close connection with my whole spirit family, which is what I call angels, guides, ascended masters, archangels, ancestors, fairies, star family, Zeke, and other high vibrational galactic beings. I've also, which he's an ascended master, I started working with Jesus. He just like came out of the blue, which if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I'm Jewish. I'm not anti-Christian. But I don't really know anything. I know some things about the Christian religion, but I know Christians like really are crazy about Jesus. But like I've always in past lifetimes, I've been in like the monastery, like I was involved in all of that. And when I was having hard times, like I used to always walk in my neighborhood to a church that always had Mother Mary's statue outside, and I would pray there. And I still do it now. I live, you know, I always go towards, I hang out at a Mother Mary statue, and I just hang out with Mother Mary. I'm not like, I'll have conversations with her. A little bit weird, but you guys already know that. So I just have conversations with her. And I went over there on Easter, and I knew I didn't want to really go because I knew it was like a big deal for Jesus and everybody. And I figured it'd be busy and crowded. And I usually just try to stay away from people. But Spirit kept saying like, oh, go say hi to Mary. Maybe, you know, go say, I was like, happy birthday to Jesus, which I know it's not his birthday, but I was like joking around with him, and we all had like a little laugh about that. I write about this in my new book, The Rise of the Light Workers. Got to get that plug in there. But, you know, I went there and Jesus was there, man. His energy was so strong. I mean, obviously it was strong because everyone was like praying to him all day. And I had like a really, I don't know. I don't know if I need to move today. You know, it's like sometimes you get a cop that like doesn't care if you're in the park. Other times the cop is like having like an ego trip. And he's like, you know, get out. I'm going to start ticketing you. You know, let me tell you. So then the other day, like that was happening. And then this girl was like wearing her mask. And she was like, can I go into this park? Because again, I live in a town that has like a lot of parks. And she was like, can I go in this park? Like, are we allowed? And I was like, just go wherever you want. You're a free person. And this is what I'm saying about like, you have to really watch on how you're talking to people with different like levels of consciousness. And she was like, no, but the cops said we have to stay out of the thing. The parks are closed. And I was like, listen, you're in control of yourself. Just go wherever you want, you know, whatever. And she was like, ah! She was like hysterical. I was like, oh my God, Jesus. I was like, you should just go home. It's like, if you're that scared, you need to just go home. And that really is not like, it's not like a dick thing to say. It's just truth. Like if you are in a panic state, just stay home. Don't go out so you're triggered even more. It's too much to handle. Like, you see how I'm like looking around for cops? So like that's a triggering that I'm like still healing through, working through. Did I share this? I'm uploading another video. I have this on my website about clearing fear of being persecuted. And I just did another healing around it this morning. So it's like still working itself on me. But I think that I'm always going to consistently, like at this time, look around for people. I just think it's like the smart thing to do. But I was having issues come up just about like even, well, I'm not even going to talk about it because it's done with. Like I actually did clear the energy this morning. So I just added another video to the video I already had up online. So there's a part 1, part 2 of clearing persecution. So if that's coming up for you, then like, let's do some healing work. I have it on the site at a very reduced rate to get healing to clear that. But like I was saying, like if you're feeling like panicked and like in a hysteria, like literally, or like I shouldn't say literally, like for real, go home. And that's what I do also. Like if I'm feeling in a state that it's like too much for me to handle, you go home so you could get grounded. So that's one of the benefits, the positives, many positives that are happening now of like people being at home. Like those who are filled with a lot of anxiety and fear, they don't even go out of their house. Like it's so quiet. I don't even know where everybody is, but they're sitting in front of their TV, getting more indoctrination, getting more programming, getting more fear, getting more like dulled out. Whereas I am rising in my power. I am taking on more of my psychic gifts because I am reclaiming myself. You know, you have to decide during this time, are you going to come out as like a superhuman? Are you going to come out fully in your power? All your psychic gifts, just boom, boom, boom. Or are you going to just, I don't know, sit around, eat Cheetos and like just get fat and like be depressed? Wake up out of that shit. You know, us indigos, we tend to have addictions. And I tend to used to think, oh, I don't really have addictions, whatever. But then Spirit was telling me, like, Blair, disconnect your internet, you know? And I was like, ooh, stay off Facebook. Ooh, you know, stop using the fucking iPod. I use it as a mobile, you know, like Just stop all of that. We just want you connecting to us and like pull back. Like we just want you to like really pull in your energy and like get totally psychic. I'm already totally psychic, but like let's build it up more. Like you're actually like 100 times more powerful than you already know. I'm like, oh really? Yeah, let's do that. So you have to make that decision within yourself and clear out all the addictions. You know, I was eating cookies, like a cookie monster. And like Spirit was like, okay, you're done with your cookies. You're not going back out to Trader Joe's because you eat that like a maniac. Like enough of all this shit. Clear that bondage. Stop being a slave. So time to free yourself. Now, again, I don't know who I'm talking to on the other side of this video. I don't know your level of consciousness. I don't know where you are on your placement. I'm not sure how we're moving forward with these videos, but I wanted to make a video today. I wanted to express myself. It's just bubbling up within me. And you know, is it bubbling up within you? Do you feel like this is your time now? Do you feel like you're ready? Are you getting guidance of what to do? Are you in fear? Do you know that you can clear your fear? Do you know that you don't have to live with anxiety? Do you know that you don't have to live with fear? Do you know that mainstream media is mostly lies, what they're putting up there? Do you know these things? I don't know. I don't know. So I hope this video has served you. I know it has on some level. I am here as a support for you. That's all I have to say. I hope you're well. Be happy, be blessed, be well. Bye-bye.